everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Redskins going up against the Colts. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Washington Redskins and the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the first carry for Matt Jones. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Vontae Davis is one of the strongest cornerbacks in the league. Equally adept at playing the run and the pass.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. T.Y. McGill able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. They find some open field here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here's the first carry now for the tailback, Roddy Hillman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Walk on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Luck now on second down. He's got time in the pocket. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Back to the running game they go. It's Hillman. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And here is the Redskin defense.
Xavier Rhodes is a cornerback who does not mind being physical. Whether he's covering passes or coming up in the run game, he's going to be there to make an impact.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Can't find, now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Third and long, it's Locke. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
They come up in an offset eye. On second down, it's Jones. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Markevius Mingo in that time on the tackle. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. Throwing, Cook. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one is designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now Cook. Flushed out right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception. The drive starts with a carry by Ronnie Hillman. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
10 yards still left on second down. They'll fake it. Now Love. Looking deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, and that'll bring up second down.
As a general rule, receivers love the comeback route because it puts them right in the sight lines of the guy throwing the ball. But in this case, the defender saw it and were able to knock it away.
They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing is Love. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground. This time it's Hillman. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ronnie Hillman scampering home from 19 yards. Lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. But I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. He'll look to throw. Finding time. He sets to fire deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. Third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll look to throw. And Paul has it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first down carry by Jones. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. A nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Super Bowl 52 after this. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Surveying the field. Great protection. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
On first down, it's Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. His throw incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they'll go into the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And able to find Dorsett. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And the back goes into motion. On 2nd and 10, Locke. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
To the air again. Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Luck on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
From the red zone now, Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second, because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, he's right-handed, so that's a natural spot for him. But he throws back across his body, back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. In motion left goes Moncrief. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard. And you seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's the Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. There, here we go. 3rd quarter action now. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. Back to the air. Luck on second down. It fights him off. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The tight end in motion right. Third and long. It's Luck. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Second down following the run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time. He's going to air one out. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's fourth down. It's taken to the 26. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And they'll go on the ground. Stays on his feet. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And a cutback, right sideline. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. To throw on second down is Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Out of the gun, Locke. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is away and a very good kick. Angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Their big-bodied receiver, an even 90 yards. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers. There's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Now the ball comes loose, but I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
This is Hillman on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center that knows, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They keep it on the ground. Hillman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a pick back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain, and it's second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, Hillman. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ronnie Hillman, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Colts add on to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And here come the Redskins now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing, Cook. He's got time in the pocket. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by her. And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Washington. 57 yards.
They went for the haymaker there, didn't they? A big shot towards the end zone, and they came up with the catch, but they were tackled short of the goal line. The defense escaped the big one there. Now they've got to try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Rashad Perriman from 3 yards out. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. Now they'll run it on the toss. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. Now a carry for the fullback here. This is Will Johnson. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Hillman. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. 2 minutes to go here in Super Bowl 52 from Minneapolis. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So 2nd and 10 here. back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 48 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
One man in the backfield, that's Jones. He'll get the football here. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
And, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That is caught. Touchdown, and no time remains. And they're an extra point away from winning this football game.
And not only did they score, they tied the game. That means...
Yep, the PAT now can win it. And the kings of the Super Bowl are the Washington Redskins. They win it, and they will get the Lombardi Trophy.
Reboot.